Hello friends, in the last video we have seen pull out, pull off and penetration resistant test. This video we shall see cover meter or rebar locator and half cell potential meter. Cover meter or rebar locator. So this device also called as profometer. It is used to locate the reinforcing bars as well as to measure the depth of cover, and it is also used to determine the orientation of reinforcement and to estimate the diameter of bars, but this estimation of diameter of bars is less reliable. So working principle, what basis this rebar locator is working? This device works on the principle that the presence of steel affects the alternating magnetic field. So eddy current principle. So this picture, he holds this instrument and one device is moving along the surface of the concrete. If reinforcement is interrupted, that affects, that alternates the magnetic field. With this device that senses that alternating magnetic field and locate the rebar. What is the importance of cover meter or rebar locator? On-site testing of reinforced structures. So any on-site testing needs the reinforcement location. That time it is useful. For example, off-cell potential meter that needs exposure of reinforcement. That time this rebar locator helps to determine the exact location of reinforcement. Drilling and core cutting. So core cutting examinations, we should not disturb the reinforcement. We should not cut the transverse or longitudinal reinforcement. In order to determine the location of transverse or longitudinal reinforcement, this rebar locator helps. Conformity check of new buildings. For example, if any disputes between client and contractor regarding the confirmation of location of reinforcement, that time reinforcement location can be confirmed using rebar locator. Investigations on unknown structures. Making drawings for old buildings for maintenance purposes. So unknown structure strength, suppose the drawings is may not available, that time the structure strength can be examined, calculated using rebar locator. Number of rods present in the structure, diameter of the rod, if everything is determined, then approximately the present structure's strength can be determined. This device has some limitations. Let us see the limitations of profometer or cover meter. So accuracy of rebar locator for bar diameter measurement is very less, hence not recommended to predict the bar diameter. If the bars are closely spaced, less than 40 to 50 mm, in case of beams, the bars may not be differentiated. Similarly, if the bars are in layers with spacing 40 to 50 mm, in case of beams, the bars may not be differentiated. For example, any congested areas, any close location of bars, so it cannot measure the bars accurately. If the bars are located layer by layer, that also it cannot able to properly predict the bar diameter and number of bars as well as bar location. In general, bars can be detected up to 70 to 100 mm deep. If cover depth is more than 100 mm, the location of rebar is very less. Beyond this depth, only higher diameter 25 mm may be detected up to 150 mm cover. So if the cover is more than 150 mm, the device cannot able to locate the reinforcement. So it should be noted that the accuracy of cover meter test devices reduces as the concrete cover increases. If concrete cover is increases, the accuracy of location of reinforcement is very less. Next one is half cell potential meter. This device is used to understand the probability of corrosion in a structure. As like rebound hammer and ultrasonic pulse velocity test, we have to make a grid of entire structure and we have to do the analysis of entire structure. Then we can able to understand which portion is highly susceptible for corrosion. So for that purpose, this half cell potential meter is used. So how the half cell potential meter is working? So before, if we want to know the working principle of half cell potential meter, we must know some basics of concrete corrosion, how the concrete reinforcement is corroded. In reinforced concrete structure, there is a natural protective film that forms on the surface and prevents the bar from corroding, which point already we have discussed while we are discussing about carbonation test. The high alkalinity nature of concrete, the pH value is around 13.5. So that makes forms a protective layer or passivating layer around the reinforcement. If the passivating layer is there is no possibility of corrosion. But due to the action of chloride and carbon dioxide, this passivating layer is breaks down. If the passivating layer breaks down and corrosion reaction takes place, and finally the reinforcement bar present in the RC structure get corroded. The first reason is chloride and carbon dioxide, that is decreases the pH value and breaks the passivating layer, and in the presence of oxygen and water, the reaction takes place. Finally the reinforcement get corroded. So this process is illustrated in pictorial representation. You take this typical picture. The gray color indicates the metal and yellow color indicates the electrolyte. Concrete and moisture is act as a electrolyte. So here electron conduction takes place from cathode to anode, and ionic conduction takes place from anode to cathode. This current flow is happening. This current flow is measured by half cell potential meter. So this illustrative picture you can understand till better. So in the reinforcement, the corroded region first corroded region will act as anode, that is supplies the electrons from anode to cathode. This cathode attracts the electron. Suppose for example ferrous molecule or atom is there, suppose we know that number of proton is equal to number of electron. So two protons are two positive charged ions and two electrons, two negative charged ions is there. For example, it supplies two negative charged ions or electrons, and in the presence of oxygen and water, this electron reacts with the oxygen and water and convert into hydroxide ions, and these two positive charged ions reacts with these hydroxide ions, then forms ferrous hydroxide FeOH2. If this reaction takes place, this reaction is called corrosion. So corrosion process takes place here. How much FeOH2 is forming, that much corrosion takes place. How much electron is moving from one place to other place, and this reaction is formed, and the reinforcement lost its metal. And the next question is why this electron is moving from one place to another place, as like water is moving from the high end to low end. Similarly, electron also moving from the high potential to the low potential. How this potential differences happen? May due to three reasons. One is due to non-uniformity of metal. So every metal has some amount of impurities there. So may the potential differences happen may due to non-uniformity of metal, non-uniformity of electrolyte, moisture condition present in the entire reinforcement, difference in moisture condition, that also make a difference in makes the potential difference, and variation in the physical condition of metal or concrete, that also may be the reason. So this is a very basic behind how corrosion processes takes place. So the potential difference, the voltmeter always measures the potential difference, that the electron is moving from one place to another place through the concrete. So this potential difference is measured using half cell potential meter. So if the electron movement is more, then we can understand the corrosion process is also more. Similarly, potential difference is more and corrosion also more. Potential difference is less and there is a possibility of corrosion is less. That principle half cell potential meter is working. So this table shows the values and the possibility or probability of corrosion. If the potential meter value is more than 200 minus 200 millivolts, the possibility of corrosion is very less, 90% no corrosion. If it is 200 to 350, the corrosion is uncertain, may or may not. Less than 350, negative 350 millivolts, it is a possibility of corrosion is high, 90%. The structure may be corroded. So this is a graph shows the entire analysis of a particular beam. So finally we can plot the contour plots, then we can get which region is highly corroded and which region is less corroded. So this is a typical contour, shows the corroded regions. So obviously higher values, this is minus 152, minus this is a high values, that means no corrosion. This is a very less values, minus 508, minus, so this is a minus 484. These are all very less values, and the corrosion may be expected may very high, minus 530 and all, very high corrosion may be is there. So let me see one video to understand better about this half cell potential meter.
This is a demonstration of ASTM C876, the standard test method for half-cell potentials of uncoated reinforcing steel in concrete. A copper sulfate solution is poured into the half-cell container. A 1/4 inch diameter copper rod is then immersed into the copper sulfate solution and the cell is sealed. The half cell is then screwed onto a voltmeter, and the protective cap is removed to expose the porous plug at the end of the half cell. The negative lead from the half cell is connected to the voltmeter, and a long positive lead is also connected. Rust is first cleaned off of an exposed reinforcing bar protruding from the concrete area to be tested. The red positive lead from the voltmeter is then clamped onto the bar. Prior to measurements, a grid is laid out with 1 foot spacing spanning across the concrete surface to be tested. A wet sponge is placed between the porous plug of the half cell and the concrete wall to complete the circuit. Potential measurements are taken at each intersection along the grid. The measurements and their corresponding locations are recorded, and this data is used to generate a contour map of potential corrosive sites beneath the concrete surface.
Okay, next video we shall discuss on measuring crack width, crack monitoring using camera and infrared thermograph. Thank you.